Meeting to order, please. Join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
What have I done like 25 after 5?
Go back to the orchard, stomp on bees.
John, does my voice come through a little better now?
Excuse me?
Does my voice reach you better now? I noticed the YouTube last week that all you got was, you knew I was speaking, but there was no real recognition.
Well, yeah, I got the thing set up there.
Well, we're trying something a little different, so maybe that will improve on the acoustics. So I'll ask our clerk to call the roll, please.
Mr. Douglas is excused. Mr. Duquette?
Here.
Mr. Bruno?
Here.
Mr. Irwin?
Here.
Mr. Randall?
Present. Thank you.
Mr. Favreau is excused. Chaka is excused. Bob Winnip is excused. Kristen's excused. And Courtney, our water superintendent, is here. Water and sewer superintendent. Helen Nurska, our historian. Mr. Farrell, our highway superintendent. Our confidential secretary of the board, Pam Barber, is here. And I think I hit everyone. Tyler is usually here, but he must probably be on vacay or it's too hot.
You're doing something.
Yeah, so anyways, and then Bill and Carl and John, welcome. And Diane.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Move on to item 4 on the agenda. That requires the consideration of the minutes for the last regular meeting of July 14th.
Make the motion.
Craig,
I'll second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Minutes are accepted.
Are we zero back there? None?
No community input requested this evening from the members of the public. So we'll move on to item 6. Moving right along on this agenda here. First thing we have is a resolution, and this concerns the town's efforts to hopefully undertake an update of its comprehensive plan, which was last undertaken in 2003 and become of record 2006. So it's been almost 20 years since we had an effort to consider the state of the town and what might be different and what might be the same that we want to continue to protect. So I would ask if Diane would read the resolution, please.
I'll make the motion on that.
Thank you, Craig.
I'll second that.
Thank you, Eric. A resolution to authorize the Lake Champlain, Lake George Regional Planning Board consent and support to submit an application for smart growth community planning funding, whereas the town of Peru is prepared to update its 2006 comprehensive plan, and whereas the town has completed many tasks in the previously adopted plan requiring a community-led process to determine a new set of goals, and whereas the town intends to submit a grant through the Department of State's Smart Growth Community Planning Program in an amount not to exceed 90% of the project cost, with a 10% match requirement that the town may provide in the form of cash contribution, volunteer time, municipal force accounts, in-kind service, or other state grant funding. And whereas the town gives the Lake Champlain, Lake George Regional Planning Board consent and support to submit the application. Now therefore be it resolved that the town of Peru authorizes the town supervisor to submit an application on the town's behalf for funds through the Department of State Smart Growth Community Planning Program to develop a new comprehensive plan. Resolved that this resolution shall take effect immediately. Mr. Bruno?
Yes.
Mr. Douglas? He's not here. As I'm reading down the list, and I just remembered, is there any discussion before we do this?
I'd just like to comment that the last time this was done, it involved members of our community. There were 14 said members that were involved over a period. It looked like it took almost 3 years at that time to accomplish the task. I would expect a similar process with the planning board together with the town, with recommends to the town board, we would appoint a similar committee for those purposes. Should we be fortunate enough to be awarded the grant, which would cover the costs of producing that documentation. With the with the resolution, there's a couple of documents I do have to sign now, but they're only binding in the event we get a grant. One is an MWBE compliance form that just simply says we'll make good faith efforts if we're lucky enough to get a grant, and if not, it means nothing. And the second one is a certification that the town does not conduct business operations in Russia within the meaning of Executive Order number 16. I don't have any difficulty signing either one of those. So with that said, I have a copy of the current comprehensive plans in my office if any of you wish to refresh yourselves. It's probably been a few years since it's been out. But, and I did look through it briefly, because what we're looking at initially is what have we accomplished in the 20 years since it was established as goals in that comprehensive plan. I think we've done a pretty good job. A lot of it has to do with protection of the scenery, protection of the landscape, protection of our farmlands, but we have other needs in the community today that were not necessarily rising to the surface at that time. Housing might be one. The fact that our community is becoming more and more, let me say this as supervisor, more expensive to operate under budgets that are funded by our taxpayers. And we need to look at better ways of trying to direct the township in the future. Part of that is growth, which is a major factor. So growth, and how you accomplish growth, well, you still protect the things that you want to hold near and dear, is part of what that undertaking would hope to accomplish.
At the time, we did have a serious issue with the farm overlay zone that they tried to put in place, and we ended up taking it out of the code.
Yes.
And,
And
because so many farmers came in.
Some members
41
of
of
the
them.
community reminded me of that.
41 came in and sat down, and
So,
including their family, there's probably 120 voters. So
I'm glad you've got that memory. We'll need it.
yeah. But,
One other part of that, you and I talked about this the other day, is a 10% match on the town of Peru, but that can also, rather than cash outlay with the
Can be
kind of
in-kind.
services,
good.
a chance to save some money.
So maybe.
Oh, yeah, it's right in the
maybe there's
resolution.
some opportunities.
It's in the resolution about the 10%.
Thank you.
What Craig and I had talked about the other day.
Okay, so we'll start over again. How about that? So we'll start with Mr. Bruno.
Yes, again.
Thank you. And Mr. Duquette?
Yes.
Mr. Irwin?
Yes.
And Mr. Randall?
Yes.
Thank you.
We will, if we're informed that we're succeeding, we will be coming back with proposals for a community committee, which has to have certain members on it of the community, but then others at large. Okay.
Thank you.
Next item is, item number 7 is the resolution concerning the shared services agreement. We have it with many townships surrounding us. This particular one is with the town of Jay. Could I have a motion to place this on the table, please?
I'll make it. Second it.
Eric? Craig? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? None? We will read that
A
resolution.
resolution approving shared service agreement between the town of Peru Highway Department and the town of Jay Highway Department, and authorizing to rent, borrow, lease, or exchange equipment, and the supervisor to execute the same. Whereas all municipalities, including the town of Peru, have the power and authority to contract for the purpose of renting, leasing, exchanging, borrowing, or maintaining the machinery and equipment with or without operators with other municipalities. Whereas the town board members have the shared service agreement between the town of Peru Highway and the town of Jay Highway. Before them, therefore, be it resolved, said proposed agreement is approved, and the supervisor be and hereby is authorized to execute said contract and be it resolved that this resolution shall take effect immediately.
Mike, would you like to comment on these? I know you're the one that works
It's
the
just the same
closest to
ones we've been doing all along. This state's getting after some of these towns that haven't did this, so it's, you know, we did several in the last couple of months.
I thought I saw the town of Osceola truck the other day hauling blacktop for you.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
we all for all Sable today.
I mean, assume that everybody keeps track of the rough dollar amounts involved.
Keep track of the trucks, I know, that's dollar amount, there's really no way to keep track.
Hours on trucks.
Jay, we used to work with all the time, Jay, Blackbrook, Wilmington, at town hall Sable, at Chesterfield. Now, since Chris Carroll retired from town of Jay, we haven't worked with him. Wilmington, when Bill Scuffer got done, we haven't worked with him, so it's Blackbrook, Peru, the city, Chesterfield, town of Plattsburgh, we picked up. They're another good town that can match us with equipment, and the city also, trying to think, it's pretty much that's the core group that we just stay with.
Any part of that mileage, I mean, if you're hauling for Osceola, you plant Osceola's further?
No, because
Yeah, I don't want nickel and dime it,
Yeah.
it's just,
it's tough. I mean, all Sable's a little bit, they're smaller, to be honest with you. You're not gonna come out even with them.
Strips.
But we don't have a water truck anymore, so their water truck, when we paid, we had their water truck. When we did the shoulders, we just had their tractor with a broom, because our other one got the mower on it without tearing it apart, so. We work it out different with, a little
well,
bit.
it's like the city of Plattsburgh, when I was up there the other day, I mean, that thing is so much more efficient,
Yeah,
so, yeah.
yeah.
It's a nice setup.
Well, the cover letter issued by the town of Jay went out to townships surrounding Clinton County and also Essex County, reaching as far west as North Elba, Wilmington, St. Armand. They did pretty thorough coverage here. But I do know from prior experience I had over in the village a few years ago that the common thing that I see most often is where there's trucking involved, and you've got to have 4 or 5 truckloads of product coming all the time, or the blacktop. Worthwhile.
Definitely.
That's a roll call vote.
Mr. Bruno?
Yes.
Mr. Duquette?
Yes.
Mr. Irwin?
Yes.
Mr. Randall?
Yes.
Thank you.
Item 8
Porta-Potty.
is just a topic for discussion, just so that everybody is aware of it. We had some additional vandalism reported in gazebo in Heyworth Park. It included this time some physical damage of the porta-potties, that 3 of them that are located, 3 of the 5 of them that are located over in the parks, involved looks like somebody broke up household. There was a couple of pieces of furniture. There was some cooking utensils. There was some beach going stuff. I'm not sure what it was. It didn't look like, it wasn't garbage.
It wasn't garbage, more like garage sale stuff or something. A bunch that was low, that's Sullivan.
Again, we have no idea when it happened. It happened after a week ago's the evening, I would expect. But it was determined when the people that service the porta potties came to service them and found damage to those. We did, because there was at least a little bit of spray painting.
No.
Something
Scratched into the plastic.
something that showed similarities to what we had reported a few weeks ago over there. So we did follow up with the state police on that, and they did come out, and I don't know what, if any, progress this might have added to the problem. But it seems to be a bit of an ongoing issue there, and John, maybe sometime we could get you to do an article that talks about why I would prefer that not happen.
It's a hard one.
Raising your kids properly.
Spankings.
Accountability.
And maybe just asking the public to be a little more vigilant when they're in the parks, if they notice anything.
So the 2 porta potties were not damaged beyond use?
Correct.
Okay, all right.
So the handicap one,
So are we
that has a
covered?
pretty bad crack in the back of it, in the corner. The other one, they cut some of the grades out.
In the future, are we covered, I mean, this is part of the deal with them, that they have insurance on them for this type of thing?
We don't have any contract that, we just got prices and went with the lowest. I don't think we've ever had a contract that
Just wondering if they-
specifically states anything about damage.
I was wondering if they carry insurance for, instead of coming after us.
Yeah, I would hope he has insurance.
Yeah, I would guess.
For our own benefit, we can follow up on that.
I'm sure he has to. Can't have a business anymore without
There's
insurance.
no particular action required on it at this point. Just keep them informed of activities.
Thank you.
Item 9, we have a resolution, and this involves creating an additional depository relationship for the town. And this step was motivated and taken when we were soliciting banks for to take the debt, particularly for the plow truck we just acquired, but also for a $2 million bond issue, BAN, that we were seeking in connection with the front-end costs of some of the wastewater treatment plant before we were reimbursed. Our normal banking relationship, which provides all of our services, we were not able to meet their requirements for even the smaller issue, which was a 3-year, $200,000 bond. They actually required audited financial statements, which the town does not have. In any event, we filled in with some support from MBT Bank, from Kimberly, who is a former county treasurer, right?
Correct.
Handy person to have around. But part of that is and encouraging them to keep around. One of the nice things that Kimberly is the municipal banking representative for MBT Bank here in the North Country. So they specialize in services that municipalities normally use. So we're recommending tonight that we establish a banking deposit relationship with them as, I don't want to use the term quid pro quo, but maybe that's part of it. But standard practice.
Be happy to make that motion.
Craig, is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Adam, do you read the resolution? Madam Clerk.
Thank you. No, I've got it right here. Resolution to authorize the town of Peru to use NBT Bank as an additional depository agency for the town of Peru, whereas a resolution to authorize the town of Peru to use NBT Bank as an additional depository agency for the town of Peru with the original transfers from TD Bank Debt Service Fund ending account 3855 in amount of $300,000, general savings ending in account 5323 in amount of $50,000, H30 Peru WWTP account ending in account 7973 in the amount of $500,000. Whereas the signers on the account will be Craig H. Randall, Town Supervisor, and James Douglas, Deputy Town Supervisor. Whereas the confidential secretary to the board shall have permission to allow internal transfers between TD Bank and NBT Bank as needed for access to funds. Now therefore be it resolved that the town of Peru authorizes the town supervisor to open accounts on the town's behalf for funds through NBT Bank for deposit. Resolved that this resolution shall take effect immediately.
Any discussion? And I will add that there's no magic in this. I just happen to be familiar with where I could get that service in what became a rather short period of time. It doesn't prohibit us from naming other banks as depository should we choose to.
Craig, with your banking experience, is there any ties, any of this to FDIC?
Yes. Again, all depositors get $250,000 worth of protection. Over and above that, our investment policy, and thank you for bringing that up, because I need to mention something about that. Our investment policy also requires for any amount over that they provide additional securities, which are usually in the form of government securities that are held by a third party in custody for the town. Standard, same thing TD Bank does.
That's how it works.
I would like to just comment on our investment policy. It's dated 1997. Hasn't been updated in a while, and Pam and I have, Kimberly's provided us with a copy of something one of her previous employers may have used. But we're in the process of, we'll be updating the investment policy and bringing it back to the board with recommendations to modernize it. The bank that's named in there as a depository has been here in a few years.
97.
You know, it's interesting to me, there's so many different documents that go into policies that the town, any government unit has, that you think you've reviewed them all from year to year, and we say we've reviewed them, but we sometimes review them by scanning and say, yep, we know that, we got it, and we don't read the body of it. But in this particular case, some of the approved investments that might be held as security for our deposits are not even listed. They weren't in existence when this was done. So there's good opportunity here. We'll provide some updates and then bring it to the board for further consideration. With that said,
Mr. Burrell?
Yes.
Mr. Duquette?
Yes.
Mr. Irwin?
Yes.
And Mr. Randall?
Mr. Randall will abstain. Keep in mind that I'm a 17-year veteran of MBT Bank. I was an officer when I retired. So just for the sake of appearances.
Got it. Thank you. Good move.
Although I fully support your
Thank you.
That's very respectful.
Point your finger over this way.
next item we have is just the status report update on the Telegraph Road bridge project. Mike, I don't know if you want to...
Yeah, I reached out to Brendan Begor from NetTech today because there was a couple options they were looking at. The last meeting, one of them I had mentioned was the deadhead on each side of that Lamberton's and Bremelar's property. And the other was burying in our right-of-way. That burying in our right-of-way sounds like that is not an option. NICIC is currently doing study, as I said at the last meeting, so I tried to pin him down how long that study would be. He said, I'd like to tell you in 2 weeks, but it's beyond me. It's going to be a while. The deadhead, it sounds like they're going to have to upgrade, and that is fed from right here in Bear Swamp, and then they're talking about an upgrade on Davert Road, transformer or something off of 22. I don't know if it'd be the left on the dead end side or the section that goes through early. And I'm assuming it's probably on the right, but I don't know. I'll take a right tomorrow. So that sounds like that's going to be the only feasible way to deadhead. It's obviously it's probably going to kill this project for this year, right?
Yeah, the update is fairly optimistic, but it certainly indicates it's contingent on resolving that issue. So is that essentially the last holdback from getting?
Yeah, we got the permits, but you know, they technically were talking about going to bid either this month. I don't know if they will, because this gets for a while here in the winter. That structure's still got to be built. It's going to take some time. So, you know, I'd like to be optimistic. I think you're looking at 26, unless the upgrades don't take that long. If it's, maybe it's just switching out. I'm not a nice guy, so I don't know what it's about. So.
Thank you for the hopeful news.
Yeah.
I don't want to say good. Okay, under other business, any other council members for anything that they wish to bring up or comment on?
Oh, yeah.
I'm good at the moment.
I have our youth director, Kristen, needs to get a phone upgrade. Her phone is not functioning properly at all times, and so I'd like to see, you know, we get an upgrade. How do we go about that? Do I have to make a motion on that, or do we just get a phone for her?
It's just been buried. I just got to call them and find out what's the newest one that's reasonable price, so.
Okay. Yeah, she's having issues with her, so she's missing a few calls and emails and stuff. So.
Seems to
It's a
have
busy time of year when you
Yeah,
need to
she's
get
got a lot
it fixed
going
up.
on right now.
Yes, yes. Thank you.
And those phones are provided by the town, I take it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you, Pam.
Very well.
That's all I
Anybody
have.
else?
Nope.
Going once, going twice? Department heads? Mike, you kind of had the floor, so I'll let you
We
finish
don't have a lot.
up.
We've been hauling asphalt. We paid Telegraph weeks ago, well, last Thursday. During the paving, we had 3 flaggers. We had an incident with a hit and run. Our Ford took the mirror off the truck. Did not hit the truck. Thank God Kyle Laporte was on the south end, got a hold of Tyler, who was flagging on the north end. And I was at the paver, but obviously I couldn't hear the phone because I was next to it. But he got a hold of Tyler, gave Tyler the description. Tyler recognized the truck because we just getting to him, recognized the driver. I called state police. They come interview Tyler and Kyle Laporte, who actually saw the incident. Kyle Laporte did. They tracked the truck down. They got him. I won't give a name out at this point because I don't defend the court. But it sounds like no insurance, no license, one of them deals. So we reached out to, I brought the court over here, which is here, Pam's office. It's all been filled in a deposition that Kyle filled out to what actually happened. The signs were up, we had flaggers, the trucks were off the road with the lights on. Everything was done the way it was supposed to be done. So we got that done. That was it. The payment went good. I got a number for Carlene. We got 198,000 left. So I'll reach out to Eric and Douglas, our liaisons, to try to figure out if we can do another bigger road or a couple smaller roads. We can do that 284 agreement like we should be doing, which is fine. And then, you know, I try to keep it so we got a little bit left, so sometimes something pops up. But everything went well. We did it one day. We just got done 4 o'clock, and they were loading the paper, and it downpoured. So, which is not a bad thing to cool the blacktop off.
They'll tear it up.
So it went real well.
Looks nice.
We just did it with Brook, town of Plattsburgh. We had a couple trucks in the city, and down All Sable and Chesterfield, our normal ones we worked with. It worked out. The city had 200 ton. They were doing in the city. The plant, we had 15 or 16 trucks, and we had to plant the rest of the day there ourselves.
Nice.
So it was nice. We always had 7, 8 trucks. So. Shoulders on it. It's been striped. And then in the meantime, Frank Dasnon does our line striping on our side roads. He did across from the school. Talked to him today. He's going to do where the school is and do the crosswalks, and that'll be all ready for the school. So
That was Brunel that paved it too, right?
What's
that?
that?
Was, that was Brunel that paved that?
Yeah, Brunel, and they're on county contract, so.
Yeah,
They
a nice job.
actually came in,
100.
almost 100 ton under again,
Under.
because of the
That's
electronics.
the automation, you know?
The automation, he wanted to be a little more than that. We ended up with a little bit left, and where we used the push box on the other side, going towards Carl's Wheat, we were able to do one lane and cover some of that up with a paver forward.
You can see the work, I mean, it's a lot more consistent.
Yeah.
With the laser.
Yeah, it's dead on. They keep checking it every quarter mile or a few hundred yards, and it's right there. That thing just does itself. Nobody has to touch anything, and they don't mess with it.
Just drive it. Nope.
Good, thank you.
That's pretty much, the one truck is back together, as Tyler mentioned. The clutch fan, for whatever reason, not showing. We brought the Charlie boys today. He's got to be hooked to the computer, but the switch has got power, but even the switch won't shut it off, so we're not sure. But you got to hook the computer to see what it is. Tyler did it. The guys that helped him did a nice job on it. So that should be up and running by back in service next week. So.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mike.
Thank you.
Helen?
Okay. Which I'm really appreciative of at the market. They give us a free table, and that's very nice. Or a free spot, and we just bring our own table, and it's very nice of them to do that. So they don't charge us. So we appreciate that. Our history chats next Monday at 4, or the 4th is at 10. And we're doing the class of 56, 57, and 58. And you know what's interesting about the class of 58 in Peru is that their class doubled from the time they were freshmen to the time they graduated with Peru, with the Air Force Base coming in. It will be really interesting to hear, because they're sort of the first group that really had that happen to them. So that'll be interesting to talk about. So we have about 9 people coming. So that's going to be, so Craig, I hope maybe you can put it on your calendar.
This is Monday at 10
The
o'clock.
4th, yeah, at 10 o'clock.
Boy, that's pushing
Just to say hi.
Try to do that for you. By the way, one of the things in the 2006 comprehensive plan was preserving and sustaining the history of the town of Peru. And I want to congratulate you because you're certainly moving that aspect of that 20-year-old plan ahead.
Well, thank you. And Ron certainly did it before me. He called me today with a task, so that's great.
Not the one-room schoolhouse, I hope.
Well, no, I mean, to put something on the historic register takes like this much work in my file. So he's
Okay.
got an idea for someplace that he wants me to follow up on. The other thing is we're doing a tour of the village cemetery and God's Acre on the 16th of August. At 10 o'clock, we're going to meet at just behind the bank and do a walking tour of those two. And both the people in charge of the cemeteries are going to participate.
What date was that again?
August
What
16th.
date?
August 16th.
Is that like
16?
16th, yeah.
maybe at midnight with flashlights?
No, I'm not a ghost kind of person because I think history is fascinating enough without having to make up stories, you know? I think we've got enough on our plates, so, yeah. That's all.
Thank you very much, Helen. Courtney?
Wastewater plant is taking off. It's going good. They've removed a lot of material, brought in a lot of stone. Should start seeing some forms go up this week for the new buildings, which will be nice. They're also working on some of the masonry work on the existing buildings. The basins is still on hold, waiting from Jada. They're focusing on their school abatements right now. And the water plant, I had a phone conference with Art and LaJudas. Chad and I had a phone conference with them to plan on the pilot study. And that looks like that's going to be here and set up to start on September 2nd. They've already had ATL on site to do some core drilling on the property to see what's there for material. So that got done a couple weeks ago, and next will be the pilot testing from West Tech.
these sudden downpours that we've gotten, have they caused any additional filtration issues?
Not yet.
So
It's
that's
dry.
what we did last fall, cleaning out the basin probably was a good preventive step.
Yeah. Right, it's dry, the reservoir's low. There's rough coming in.
What was the date for the pilot?
It's the day after Labor Day, I think it's the 2nd, because of Labor Day the 1st this year,
Yep.
so Tuesday. They're gonna be moving the equipment in sooner, we have some work to do, we gotta put an electrical service on the outside of the building for them, and some water runs and stuff, so we'll get that all in.
Busy year for you.
Oh, and the new mower was picked up today.
Feeling better? Thank you, Gordy.
Ann,
Thank you.
anything you want to comment on?
No,
I know you've
just,
had your hands full, especially today.
yeah. EFC came back with a whole bunch of questions. We're trying to get the property that was the Calior's property paid for, reimbursed, and they've got a list of stuff that needs to be done, but I think I've got it all in today. And then we've got some other questions regarding our AUDs or AFRs.
AFRs, you know,
So,
which
we're
just been
working
most of
that,
the
but
day.
everything has to be in by July 30th. Because that's the deadline for them to be able to go to close this year, I think.
Yeah.
So,
If
we
we're
need that.
fortunate.
so we can not use up all the extra money that we,
Hope not to have to lose.
yeah.
Yeah, this is typical of these projects. You work off from engineering estimates, you work off from bids, and then it gets in front of the EFC and the loan. They're preparing it right now for their final loan committee review of all the documentation. Nothing happens until everything is documented and in their files.
Right.
So that's where we're at right now. We're certainly going to be spending
Part of the
next
upsetting
couple of
thing is
days.
that Liz has been on them saying, what else do we need for her to get that package together so we can get reimbursed for our prior engineering and that piece of property and everything. And she's been asking for it, and then they send it Friday, I think. And we've got 4 to 5 days to get it done.
Well, our engineers have been pushing.
Yeah.
Seeing it, and I know you've seen a couple of their emails, but we wanted to get it. We wanted to try to get in front of the loan committee so that by October we'd have access to their funding.
Yeah. It's just that they've kind of held off until the very last second and then pile a whole bunch of stuff on us to find, so.
Such is life.
yeah.
Would it safe to say that you're questioning the Calior's property as far as part of this sewer project?
No, I don't think so.
No,
They're
well,
looking for documentation,
All right.
evidence that we actually have a deed, how we paid for it. So there's certain documents that go with every real estate transaction that had to be there.
I don't know if we knew about it at the time, but certainly having that is essential right now to having that for this project.
It was essential
Well,
from the
that's why we bought
get-go.
it, yeah, because they've already got that in full.
Anyway, another day of
It's a
effort.
tough negotiation right there.
Tomorrow's the 29th. The deadline for us at least is the 30th. We have to have it in our hands.
and payroll.
So
Thank you, Pam.
lock the doors. Yes, thank you.
Nothing else from department heads or departments? How about item 13, public comments? Anybody in the audience wish to comment on anything that's been covered this evening?
Oh, boy.
John?
No, I guess not. I'm wondering why, it doesn't wander through my mind, is there any possibility to go to this gentleman from NICEAG that Mike is dealing with go to his boss and say, hey, you know, put a little peat on him a little bit?
It's being done.
It is being done, okay.
And also sometimes that's more detrimental than helpful.
Yeah, something goes backwards sometimes.
Yeah.
Promise of
Mike,
tomatoes, is
Mike,
that what's that doing?
It might depend on how they see approach.
And this
Yes.
little bucket of
Soft.
cherry tomatoes.
Tippy toe. With lots of honey.
Yes.
No vinegar allowed.
Nope.
Okay, item 13 being exhausted, we'll move on to item 14. It's time to pay the bills. I have a motion to put the resolution on the table. Eric?
I'll make that.
I'll second it.
Craig?
Thank you, Eric.
Would you like me to read it, or would you like to read it?
You're welcome to read it if you'd like to, sir.
There you go. A resolution authorizing the post-audit payment of certain claims, bills, and invoices of the town. Whereas the town board has reviewed and audited the following claims, bills, and invoices for services rendered and goods provided to the town in July 2025. From Town of Peru vouchers for July 2025, number 202-501-050 through and including 202-501-110, abstract dated 7/23/2025, for the dollar amount totaling $253,647.53 of that $17,095.96 was wired, credit cards, and prepaid, and $236,551.57 remaining to be paid for July 2025. Whereas the town board finds said claims, bills, and invoices to be acceptable in form and reasonable in amount, now therefore be it resolved that payment of the aforementioned claims, bills, and invoices is approved, and the supervisor be and hereby is authorized to make such payment, and be it further resolved that this resolution shall take effect immediately.
Your voice carried very well on that, thank
There
you.
you go, that was a good practice. There we go, dear. And thank
Yes,
you- And
yes.
thank you for doing that.
Yes on the resolution.
I'm trying to figure out if I got it through as fast as Matt did.
No.
Yeah, right.
No, he flies.
You're not as well
Mr. Bruno?
Yes.
Mr. Duquette?
Yes.
Mr. Goodwin?
Yes.
And Mr. Randall, please.
Yes, thank
It's
you.
like the disclaimers on the commercials. What are you saying?
Yeah.
Matt's an attorney. He flies, so you don't have to listen to him.
Item 15, adjourned, I had no items on my agenda for executive session. Gentlemen,
No.
Good.
if not, we'll forego items 14, 15. We'll move to item 16, we'll move to item 17.
That'd be email.
Motion to
Make a motion
adjourn.
to adjourn.
Is that Mel?
Second it.
And Craig.
Craig, I was waiting for you, my dear.